We get
loving the intro every time.
What's going on, good people? You already know it's your boy Smooth here with my brother Dang. Some sup. Dang. Oh, I think we might have lost.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, I'm on the road, man. Right. I'm so sorry. Work got me screwed up tonight and last night and the night before. Man.
Ain't no need to apologize. You already know how I do on that road. Throw the show, so I ain't mad at you at all. Got to get that bread. But we like to welcome y'all to the Fans Perspective tonight. Got some good topics lined up. We want to get right to it. Dame had a good topic, and I think it's an important topic. We might spend a little time on this because got a lot to say about it. And I don't think a lot of people might agree with me. But we're going to get right to it. The Rachel Nichols story. For those of you who don't know.
It reminds me of she reminds me of a Hall & Oates song, She's Gone. What went wrong?
Farewell. They told her farewell. I have an issue with it. But for those of you who don't know the backstory, last year during the NBA Finals, during the 2020 NBA Finals, during the bubble, somebody recorded her, or she left her Zoom call on or whatever.
It was new audio they was trying out for ESPN, and it was a hot mic.
Yeah,
she was talking to LeBron's agent. Everybody knows his name. I'm not gonna say his name. And another gentleman. And she made her feelings felt when they asked her a direct question.
She wasn't talking to his agent. She was talking to his spokesperson, to his it wasn't Rich Paul. She was talking to I forget his name. But what happened was she made a mention. The beef I have is with ESPN, not Rachel Nichols. She was making the point that since ESPN had a poor history as far as race relations and as far as women go, gender discrimination, that they was trying to make her a scapegoat and take away her NBA playoff responsibilities and give it to Maria Taylor. So that happened last year. The audio was released a couple months ago. We talked about it on one of our episodes. From there, it was a lot going on because Maria Taylor, if you recall, was in contract negotiations this year with ESPN. And she has since left and works for another company now. So ESPN lost her. Started this week. They released. I don't know if they fired Rachel Nichols, but they removed her from all NBA content and they canceled her show The Jump, which was a decent show, in my opinion. So, what do you think about the removal of Rachel Nichols? Dang. Well, I guess we lost Dang again.
1 second. Hear me? I'm here.
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure I get this point across. You might be making for bad podcasting, but I want to agree with you. I am on the side of Rachel Nichols on this one because I think I made it known in my our last episode about this, that I feel her on making herself relevant. She got her two shows where she was co-hosting the NBA finals and the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
on NBA TV, or not NBA TV, but ABC,
Yeah.
ESPN, Countdown. Then she had The Jump. You made something your own. You got yourself to that position to get those shows. I'd be pissed too if somebody was trying to take me off something I made myself available for, and something I made my own, and you're trying to take it away from me. I understand what she was saying with. I didn't take no beef. What she said about Miss Taylor.
Me neither.
Because ESPN, Disney does have a problem with race. Ever since the guy named Walt Disney, in his cartoons, you can see the racism there. But that's neither here nor there. This is about sports. It still trickled down from the top to sports on how they have poor race relations and picking up people of minority color.
And women and gender issues.
Oh, and gender, yes, most definitely.
My thing was this: like we said, when it came out with the Rachel Nichols and Maria Taylor, I think this is where this decision stems from. They tried to frame it as Rachel Nichols said was insinuating that Maria Taylor was only getting that position because she was black and because she was a woman, and so ESPN was just trying to meet quota, so to speak. But that really wasn't her intent. You feel me? She wasn't really taking a shot at Maria. She was taking a shot at ESPN, and people try to use the red herring and deflect. And now it cost her a job, which I think is foul. I think it's completely foul. I don't think she warranted to be removed from everything. And, somebody leaked that. Whoever leaked that need to get fired too. If that's the case. They supposed to have kept that in-house. That wasn't supposed to be made public for us to be having a topic on our show about it. That was supposed to be kept in-house. But, she created, I thought The Jump was a dope show. She used to bring in all the, she used to have Kareem on there, which I thought was dope. I had him on there from the beginning. Scotty, she used to have T-Mac, she put Perk on there. She put a lot of dudes on.
Paul Pierce.
She put a lot of dudes. She used to have Steven Jackson on there a lot. Matt Barnes. She put those dudes on. So if everybody wanted, make this a race thing, I don't really think she was trying to make it a race thing about her. I think she was really taking a shot at ESPN, and I think ESPN took it personally, and they got rid of her. And now this is why I believe everybody should have an issue with ESPN on this. We shouldn't be celebrating that she lost her job, because all that's doing is let ESPN know, oh, they're right. They doing something right when they're not. They're trying to deflect from the real point that she made. You feel me? I think the executive took it personally when she said, y'all have a poor record and y'all trying to use me as a scapegoat. And eventually we allowed it to happen because we let them change the subject.
I'm going to take it to another level, though, about freedom of speech. Yes, we have freedom of speech, but you also got realness of the consequences, too, because she did speak about her employer. Even though she didn't speak out against her employer, this was a personal conversation between two people or three people or whatever how you want to have it. And it got leaked, which I don't think is fair. She didn't go out and make this public. Somebody else did. Like you said, they need to be found and fired. Exactly. Because there's like us after the show, we have our little talk or whatever, and it gets out that whatever we talk about, it gets out. It might hurt somebody's feelings, or somebody might feel some type of way. That wouldn't be fair against us for something that was said in jest, or maybe they don't know the context behind it.
Facts. I agree. I agree completely. Uh, I just don't want people to get so caught up about celebrating her losing her job and missing the biggest issue here. The biggest issue here, and that's that. Uh, ESPN is foul. Has had a long history. Look at all the talent they have lost over
Or
the
got
years.
rid of.
Black talent. Or got rid of. You feel me? It's like they're caught up in this. I don't know if you ever listen to Jason Whitlock. I have a real issue with some of his.
Can I stand him? Can I?
Yeah, I have an issue with some of his takes, but I never. Sometimes he right on point. And this is where the being woke or so-called woke, the wokeism is what he called it. Sometimes it's getting out of hand and it's in the wrong because everybody just wanted to be on some woke stuff and automatically attack Rachel Nichols. It was a lot of foul stuff said about her. She had to deal with that too. But since she a white woman, and we're in this time to where everybody's going to be ostracized for saying something against the LGBTQ plus community or black woman. You feel me? Anything that's seen as a slight, like you said, freedom of speech. But you got to deal with the consequence. It wasn't like she was being disrespectful. That's my issue.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? It's like we can't even speak our minds without being canceled, so to speak. You feel me? And I don't now. And the person she was called on the phone with, I just want to go back real quick, was the publicist of LeBron, Adam Mendelsohn. Yeah, Adam Mendelsohn. I just really don't think she deserved to lose her job, and I think ESPN is escaping culpability and responsibility for this whole situation. So, see, because what they're going to do is now, I like Malika Andrews. They're going to probably have her lead a show now. Black woman. She earned her spot as well. But, and it's not her fault, but it's always going to be looked at a little funny.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody I forget who's Rachel Nichols' mother-in-law. She's a big time. We talked about this on Willie was on that show. I forget her mother-in-law name. Cause she's a famous reporter too. But anyway, people gonna use that old Diane Sawyer. Diane Sawyer is her mother-in-law. So people feel like she got her position. She only got her position because who her mother-in-law is. So,
to go back to what you said earlier, they're deflecting the real problem. They're deflecting the real problem of why she lost her positions at her on the shows that she had. I think they're really hurt and feel some type of way of what was said about the Disney Corporation, ESPN, sport, in general. And they're using this as a jumping point or a reason to say, hey, this is bad publicity, blah, blah, blah. When the real issue is they know they suck and they got their hands, they know their hands aren't clean and they have no way to really clean this up. Two, my second point would be is that, like you said about facts, she pointed out facts, and people nowadays cannot stand facts. It always has to be alternative truths, or halfway truths. You can't have it. You can't tell the whole truth because it doesn't look good.
Yeah, Yeah, like we can't speak our minds freely nowadays without being afraid of losing everything.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy to me. Which is crazy, especially when it isn't really that inflammatory. I can see if you just get out there being disrespectful. You know what I mean? Just get out there being a bigot, a racist, just saying ignorant things about certain communities. You know, that's one thing. But when you're just trying to make a point or trying to have an open discussion and somebody just don't agree with what you say, that shouldn't be enough for, you to lose everything. I just think we're really getting weak. Now, on the flip side of that, I don't know if you've been following the Sha'Carri Richardson story.
She came in ninth. And her, I'm kind of disappointed with the coming in ninth spot.
Yeah,
I'm glad she spoke up and said that I'm here to stay. But it would have been nice if you said I'm here to stay with the first or second place.
At least a third.
In the top three, you can say that. But nine. Yeah. I think I need you to get back on the weed. Just a little bit.
My thing is, you feel me? I love it. I don't understand why she gets in a lot of flack from her, I guess, from her being outspoken. This is stuff you should love. This is this is where the double standard come in. If that were man out there, I want to touch a couple things on this topic, but first I'm gonna touch on this. If that was a man out there talking like that, being boisterous, you feel me? We'll get at him coming in ninth and talking a lot of smack, but he not gonna get that venom. Everybody want him to be. Oh, she should humble herself. She should shut up, or she need new PR. Like, nah, bro. Like, she bringing excitement to the sport. She the reason y'all watching right now. You feel me? It's a reason she was interviewed first instead of the one Elaine. I think it's Elaine Harrod. Yeah, Elaine Harrod. She ran a 10.4. You feel me? Second fastest time ever for a woman. Ever. And they interviewed Sha'Carri first. It's a reason. You feel me? It's no slight to them, but let she be clear. She was on the road before they sat her down. You feel me? So she was the best American 100 sprinter, female. Mm-hmm. So, before anybody start talking, like she I think she almost broke an American record in the trials. In the Olympic trials. So before she had to sit down. So don't come at her like she wasn't doing her thing this year. Now she had to sit down. Them girls was in form. They fresh off the Olympics. You feel me? They was ready. Mm-hmm. Smoked her boots. You feel me? And at the end, everybody was mad because she was a little boisterous still. But then at the end of the day, she was like, when they interviewed her again, she was like, forgive me for the cussing or whatever. But emotions high. She's like, I wish them women the best. I wish them women the best. She was like, I don't care what flag, and we're gonna get into that in a second. I don't care what flag they represent. I support black women. I support women, period. So, it wasn't no shade to them, but she competitive. So it was like, why we get mad at women for being competitive and talking smack? Like, to me, that's corny. And like our producer just posted up. You see what she tweeted? Only way from ninth is up. Like, I love that. You feel me? Fuck being humble. You feel me? I keep that same energy win or lose. Win or lose, she keep the same energy. So I don't understand why everybody upset. She took it on the chin.
Because she's a woman.
Exactly.
She's not supposed to say and do stuff like that. That's why, I've taken notice over the years, even before the person I'm about to mention, a famous tennis player by the name of Serena Williams, when they used to say, why is she so loud? Why is she this and why is she that? When she would get in a referee's ear, when years before John McElroy got in their heads, he would go off on the referees. He would do XYZ, say XYZ, some stuff. I can't even say I'm too young at 43 years old. and, you know, but it's okay for women, for men to be extra aggressive, but for women, they can't be so boisterous.
Which is and to me, you know, like I said, it's that double standard that women gonna always have to deal with, you know, and she got to deal with a lot of foul stuff. You know, you got even black men. So this is when, excuse me, pardon me. This is when, you feel me, that gray area. Always, y'all know I be telling y'all on Twitter. You go on Twitter, and it's would be like black men versus black women. Black women feel like black men don't protect them, and in this situation, if you go through, you hear a lot of black men, you know, telling her to humble herself. Got other black men comparing her, saying she looked like a man and stuff like. To me, like that's just overboard, bro. That's overboard, and it gives validity to what I consider a false argument that, you know, black men don't protect black women. But when you have situations like this, and then you go and you see the venom she received, you feel me? It's like it's disgusting at some point to me. It's disgusting. And then you have the issue, you know, which I want to bring to the main show one day. You know, we got the shirt, all skin folk and kinfolk. You know, that's one of my favorite sayings. We got that in our merch, GFT merch. Go check us out. I noticed a lot of our Caribbean brothers and sisters, they had a lot of venom for baby girl. And it wasn't just strictly sports competitiveness. It was, you know what I mean, it got a little personal as far as her being an American woman. And like you go into it, you read the comments, you feel me? It was a lot of disrespect that went far from the track and more so about, you know, the differences between Black Americans and there was a lot of resentment, a lot of vitriol, and some of them comments. We're gonna talk about that on the main show one day. But that's something I ain't like neither. Like it went a little too far. It went a little too far to me. The disrespect.
You know, the disrespect I felt back when I was living in Florida, when I was with my ex, one of my exes. She would get the much hated looks when we went to a Rite Aid, when we went to get our weekly trips or whatever. And this woman would just not be just cold to her, just mean. When I go in there by myself, she's just as sweet as pie. I'm like, what the heck? You know who my girlfriend is, right? You know, usually you don't act like this. I'm like, I'm not sure what's their deal with American women in general. Like, I don't see why they have this disdain for our women, for our American women.
Yeah, man. Like you get that here too. You get that here too. That's that same sort of interaction. You feel me? That same sort of interaction. It's weird, man. It's weird. It's weird. But also,
I made it home.
I see. Also, now, flip side. You know, I don't just get it good. I'm a checker too. So Alyson Felix, the greatest American Olympian, most decorated, 11 medals.
I still like Jackie Joyner.
You feel me? Uh, she was on, I think, Jimmy Kimmel, and she really spoke out and gave like, she was saying, Sha'Carri is great for track and field. She's young. People forget how young she is, and she's going to be around for a long, long time. So, and she said we all should, athletes should all, give her support. So Sha'Carri now goes on either IG and makes a post in her IG comments or a story, like, you know, basically like, you know, what's so, I'm paraphrasing, you know, you'll give me support on live TV, but it ain't like that in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, basically. And I'm like, see, that's a situation where you just should shut the hell up. You feel me? Just shut the hell up. That's when your mouth gets you in trouble because she doesn't owe. This is where we go back to our main show, and we had that topic. These kids feel entitled. Are we raising an entitled generation? Like that pissed me off that she made that comment because Alyson Felix don't owe you nothing. You feel me? She don't owe you nothing. She doesn't owe you to reach out to you and you feel me? This is when you should help yourself and reach out to her for advice. That's where I think the entitlement comes in. You know, she's already done it. She's where you trying to get to. You wish you can contribute half of what she contributed to the sport, let alone win as much as she has won. You have done nothing compared to what Alyson Felix has done. She owes you nothing. Not a damn thing. So you should be looking up to her and looking to her, reaching out to her for advice. You feel me? We always want people, you know what I mean? We think people ought to always reach back and just give back. You feel me? Like that's weak. You feel me? You got to earn it. She went out and earned it. Go out and earn yours. You feel me? Like what's the shade for? Sometimes it's okay just to shut the hell up.
It's kind of hard to. After you make that statement, it's kind of hard to go into anything else because you just shut up. I mean, because it goes into all sports, not just Sha'Carri here.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you off the top of your head. You're a sports fan's perspective. Who is the all-time leading scorer in NBA?
Kareem, the GOAT.
Okay. He's considered the GOAT. Why don't big men go to him even more so than they did previously for tips?
Because they think that because big men nowadays think they know better. You feel me? They think that's old school, that's corny, that doesn't work. You feel me? It's that entitlement. For me, like I feel like most it's not just athletes, it's the youth in general. And you know, we seen it when we was kids. We seen it with our generation. You feel me? We looked at the generation, but previous to us, like we better than that. We know better. You know, it's nothing new under the sun. It's just how it's being done.
I'm sorry.
Understand? So you can always for these young athletes need to realize they can learn a lot.
Okay. Lost you a little bit. You got kind of choppy there. Okay, I think we lost Smooth. Okay, so my statement was I have a story. Last 2 weeks, Sundays ago, I'm 43. I went to a graduation party with one of my closest friends. His son is 17, going on 18 or 18 already. Challenged me to a game of basketball. I'm like, really? Why? I have not played basketball competitively since before the pandemic because of life. I probably played 4 months before the pandemic actually took place, and I shot around for a second, and I looked for him like, hey, I thought you wanted to play some basketball. He said he even spot me. We'll go up to 11, and I spot you 7 points. I'm like, that's not necessary, dude. I'm not old like that. So he's 18. He's going at it, but he did not know how to play defense against me. And I'm tired. I was giving him buckets. I was so tired, I even pulled out the Kareem skyhook on him. His friends was even going for him. Like, oh, man. I don't know if they was gaslighting him or what. But I ended up have to concede because I was just so out of shape. I wasn't tired, just out of breath. I couldn't breathe. So it was like, it's kind of hard to move and do what you got to do. I had one more second win where I got 2 more points because he started talking trash. He's like, you ain't scoring no more.
Hold on, though. You said you weren't tired. You were just out of breath.
Big difference. I had energy. I just couldn't breathe. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just couldn't breathe. I'm like, what the like.
You was tired. You was tired.
I had energy. I wanted to move, but I just couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
I won't keep it like that. Smooth. That's my story, Smooth. Leave me alone. So
I got you.
This is my story. Nobody's gonna check me on the story. Nobody's gonna check.
I'm gonna use that one.
I was tired.
I wasn't tired. I just couldn't breathe, y'all. I just couldn't breathe. Oh man.
Yeah, but my point is that they never saw, like, did y'all ever see a skyhook? Yeah.
The point, and that leads to the greater point to where it's like when something works, it works. You feel me? You can learn something. We don't know everything.
Right.
There were people great before us. So learn from their greatness. Learn from them. And for whatever reason, like these athletes nowadays, they're told that they're better. They're told that they're greater, and they believe it without really putting in the work. Like I don't want Sha'Carri to be humble. I don't want her to quiet down the trash talk. But it's who you talking to. You feel me? You could talk it to your competitors, to your competition, because they on that track with you. But to talk it to people who done accomplished 10 times more than what you have accomplished already, like it don't add up.
No.
You feel me? So before we get out of here, you want to talk some football? Because it's the last week of the preseason. Next week, regular season start. You feel me? I don't got too much to my boys. You feel me?
Yeah. I like that L Philly got from too soon.
Yeah, man.
It's preseason. Who cares?
Yeah,
and I really don't care because Pittsburgh gave it to my Lions. But side story is, don't talk trash to a black man with glasses. Our producer, if he wants to come on the show tonight, we got a couple more minutes. They say never be part of the story if you're a writer, but if you're producing, it's okay.
What up, dog? This boy really Stylez in the that whole game was wild just because that it was. I mean, the game was already won by Pittsburgh, but I was there. I was actually 3 sections away, but I was looking directly at the section where the situation popped off at, and I think we should be able to share this without any issues.
Oh God, Will's about to get fired.
Because I mean, it was wild. It was wild. But of course, I forgot to share the sound. Let me make sure I share that properly. Share audio.
Let me mute myself so you can hear the full effect.
Yeah.
She going to jail now? Glasses come off?
No, actually, the glasses went on. He put them on.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
So I just want to roll it back here at this point. So the first problem was that initially she was yelling at the boyfriend or husband or whoever the guy is that was sitting there, yelling at him, telling him to shut up. She was telling him to shut up. She was yelling at him. That's what you don't see is that was at the beginning, the very beginning. And because whatever happened between the black guy and the guy that was sitting down, it had already started escalating. So she was literally turned around, yelled at him, told him to shut up, and then turned around and told the black guy, all right, now you need to get the, F up out of here, and was telling him to leave. And then somehow she touched him or hit him, and that's when he told her, don't touch me. And then she punched him or slapped him or whatever, closed hand or open hand slapped him in the face, which, ain't nobody about to be just putting their hands on somebody. So, I mean, I think, bottom line is the whole situation just got out of hand, but it was definitely, and it was at a point where, I think people were already kind of lit by the game, what was going on. And from that distance, we couldn't tell that if he hit her the first time. So we thought he hit her the first time. Then, after seeing the video, we see that he just kind of flinched at her, and then the boyfriend or husband or whatever got up, and then he proceeded to whoop both of them. So, because she was kicking him, if you can see in the video, she was literally kicking him. So that's when he decided to punch her too. I feel like he was justified. Leave black people alone. We keep telling y'all, leave black people alone. But then I think it was also just one of those situations where things got out of hand. People really, nobody should be fighting at a sports event. It's just ridiculous. But
it was just like the Suns and 4 guy. Pittsburgh in the fourth quarter guy was right here. Just leave people alone.
Right. Just leave people alone, literally. Which was funny because she was literally telling the guy to leave him alone, but then proceeded to punch the guy. I don't know what she was thinking. But that's the thing too. What you also don't see in the video is after the security guy comes and tells the both. Well, he gets the one guy to go, tells the other guy to chill out at first, and then he's telling them to go. He ended up telling them all they had to leave. She was trying to hit the security guy. She attacked the security guy. So she was just, I don't know, she was drunk, high, what she was on, but she was just way out of hand. Way out of hand.
You know what it stems from too? The super cape that a lot of these dudes, this Me Too era is. Now listen, as men, we know you just don't go out there punching on no woman, trying to fight no woman, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's just something men don't do. But at the same time, this notion that there is no situation or no circumstance where a man should defend himself back against a woman is nonsense.
Yeah.
You feel me? No man is just supposed to sit there and let no woman just beat on him, slap him. And I think that has been ingrained in a lot of these people, men and women, minds that, a woman should be allowed to do whatever she want to do to a man and he shouldn't react. He should just restrain himself.
Right.
Like, no.
Which is what's crazy because he did try to restrain himself. He like finished at it and then stopped.
Yeah.
And you feel me? Like, that's why I think a lot of the, and you seen the one before this with the Spanish lady who started the riot at the other football game where she threw the cup.
Oh.
And got that man beat senseless out there, even though he should have walked away. I don't know why he was trying to fight a whole section, you know what I mean, of people himself. Like, he was just actually get his ass whooped.
He watched too much anime.
Yeah, they happily applied. You feel me? You know, but I like him when I say keep that same energy. When he got up all bloody, he was still trying to talk smack.
Still trying to box his way up out of there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But we talked about a couple weeks ago, like, man, these sporting events are starting to get real crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Real crazy, man.
Indeed. There's a lot of unnecessary, ridiculous things happening at these events. I keep asking the question: is it the pandemic ending? Is it the energy that people have where they're just out of control at this point? You know, but I'm like, it's only been a couple of years. You know, not even a couple of years. It's only been 18 months.
Exactly.
That things have been out of whack. But even with that, it's not enough that people should be, fighting. I mean, you would think it would just be more people trying to be out there. That's it. You know what I mean?
No.
Go ahead, Dan.
No, I was going to tell you, I got a follow-up question too. Back in 1994, Monday Night Football game, Detroit Lions versus the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
Clint left. It's for him. The Lions were losing, not losing, but the Lions had a losing record at the time. They actually made the playoffs that year, but Monday Night Football game, me and my brothers and another gentleman, one of my brother's friends, sitting at the bleachers. We were cool with some people in the section. This guy started talking smack to us, and he turned around just to tell us to shut up or whatever, blah, blah, blah. 16-year-old Damon was not having that. We was about to have a fight in the bleachers then. So this is not new. This is something that's been going on for a long time. People just out of order, out of pocket.
Just hot-headed, right? Hot-headed, ready. I think part of it is it's the action of the competition. It's the competition in general, right? Because it doesn't have to be words. It could be actions, because somebody may be cheering for your competitor. Somebody might be cheering for the other team, and now you're upset because their team is winning or their team is good play, and now it's got you heated. I mean, we see it in soccer or football, or, across the pond. We see that more often than not in violence, deaths, beatings, all kinds
fires.
of things, because people are so worked up and so passionate about the teams, the sport, things like that, that they choose violence each time. Between the riots, the trampling, the stampedes. Like I said, there was a guy. I think he was trying to. I don't know if he was kicking a penalty kick or if he was just kicking at the goal, and unfortunately, he kicked at the wrong goal. When people killed him. Literally killed him. It wasn't even like it was a World Cup or any kind of champion. It wasn't nothing like that. It was a regular game. That man scored on his own team by mistake. Just he got confused about where he was at on the field. They killed that man.
And you see what just happened at the World Cup not too long ago with the was it France? I forget, they had the black players, and I think they missed the penalty kicks. I'm thinking it's I'm not sure, but they got death threats.
Oh yeah,
you feel me? They was people with all type of racial emails and acts on social media. You feel me? My thing, that's why I don't like being called the fan. I'm more of a supporter, because fan is short for fanatic.
Yeah,
and a lot of these people, they invest too much of their emotion into these teams. Like as they like some of these teams represent them, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't see how you can get that vested into a sports team that's not paying you. First of all, you're not getting any outside of your team winning and bragging rights with another friend. You're not winning anything. So why are you so out of mind and out of pocket to be really ready to go to jail over a win or a loss at a sports game, or because somebody got the wrong jersey on? You know, I very rarely went to every sporting event I went to. It'll probably be a player there that I'm supporting, but 9 times out of 10, it was never the team that I rooted for. Spain. So like I go to Sixers games because Sixers games is so easy to get to from where I'm at, right? But I hate the Sixers. I'm not a Sixers fan. They might got a player here and there that I like, but 9 times out of 10, when I go there, I went there to see whoever the
Ben Simmons.
And I seen Ben Simmons and warm-ups, Ben Simmons be knocking down his jumper, which is the crazy part. You know what I mean? But anyway, so when I'm at the thing, you know, I'm never rooting for the Sixers. I'm in Philly. I'm in a section, wherever section I'm at is nothing but Philly fans. I think the last game I went to, they played the Mavericks. You feel me? And Luka Doncic was there. They had Harrison Barnes on their squad. Harrison Barnes with to North Carolina. And everybody know me, I'm a diehard Tar Heels fan. So I was at the game, like every time he touched the ball, I'm like, Tar Heel, let's go Dallas. So I'm rooting for Dallas. And I noticed like people just glancing at me, you feel me, giving me that little side eye. But, you know, I don't respond. You know, and all these years, I never really had an altercation. You know, I had dialogue. I had maybe a back and forth, but it wasn't necessarily an argument. It was just jokes, you know. So I really don't understand how you can get yourself without being drunk, because that's another issue too. They're going to stop serving drinks at these games without being drunk. How you get yourself into an altercation at these sporting events where, you know, it's entertainment, bro. It's just entertainment. But this was crazy.
I got 2 questions now. Clint made me go to 2 questions. 1, Clint, they booed Santa Claus at a Phillies game. You won't think they're gonna boo you for a room for Harrison Barnes? 2, Willie is not a sports guy, and he went to Pittsburgh to watch the Lions and Pittsburgh Steelers play a game. What the heck?
I had to do it, brother. I had to be there. I had to be there to support. You know what I'm saying? It was a prime opportunity.
Next week on the next week's show, I'm going to be a computer analyst now because the script has definitely flipped. Willie Stylez has a podcast.
I can't lie and say I went there specifically to see the Lions play Pittsburgh, but you know, it was a prime opportunity, and being in the right place at the right time helped. So
I don't know what to say now. I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a podcast on video games before I do.
Hey,
you come to
GameWithStylez.com. Make sure y'all check it out.
You're approaching on my territory now. First sports,
I know.
Now and video games.
2 weeks from now, I'll be talking all about the sports. I'll be all on the sports. Yeah, check out Griffin Jones.
In 2 weeks, I will be giving tips to Clint about computer programming. I just
appreciate
pretty shoot. Hey, pretty soon I'm gonna start my own little computer programming podcast too.
There you go. I'll be the first guest, no problem.
Yeah, I produce that show. How about that?
Right.
Oh man. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank the brother Willie for jumping in, add some dope perspective. Dane, you wanna give out your info?
No, not really.
That's right. They ain't taking a break.
I'm working on something.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm working on something.
Okay, I can dig it. I've been there. Y'all know where y'all can catch me at on Twitter at eTrainGloomy. Catch me on my blog, akingstruth.com. Snap, A King's Truth. Catch me and Dame here every other Thursday, giving you the fans' perspective. Catch us every Monday at 10 p.m. We do the damn thing, the main show. You can catch all the replays back on YouTube. What is it? Facebook Live, Twitch, Google Podcasts. We everywhere. You know what I mean? Check out our merch. You feel me? You see Willie right there. Got the all skin folk and kinfolk. I mentioned that earlier. GFT Radio Show merchandise at gftradio.creator/spring.com. Support us while we support you. Our GFT Radio Show.com website. Visit that. Check us out. Our socials are GFT_radio on Twitter and Instagram, at GFT Radio on Twitch, or GFT Radio Network on Facebook. Join the conversation group at facebook.com/groups/GFT Radio. Join the conversation. We live. Check us out. And that's the fan perspective. See y'all.